Hey, Michael, how are you, buddy?
Good, thanks.
Excellent.
Nice to
Mate, I'm doing a chocolate brownie.
Yes,
And I want a really nice nut.
yes.
And I was thinking macadamia. Do you have
Yes,
Australian
yes,
macadamias?
We've got Australian macadamias.
Oh.
They picked the style 0, it's the largest.
Oh, is that right? Oh, is that how they grade them?
Yes.
Well, how many sort of varieties of nuts do you have?
I haven't counted them, but it's over 50, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
awesome. Thanks for that, Michael.
Thank
I'll
you.
bring you some brownies.
Thank you, thank you.
So today we're going to make chocolate macadamia brownies. And guess what? They're gluten-free. So everyone can have them, except for those people that can't have dairy because they've got butter in them. We've got a double boiler set up here. So the double boiler, large bowl over a pot of simmering water. I'm going to turn that off now because chocolate really melts at about 40 degrees plus, so it doesn't need to be boiling. At the same time, we're going to put some butter in there. We're going to melt those together. Now, I'm making a big slab of brownie because if you're going to make it, you might as well make a lot. It freezes really, really well. It's great, you know, if you've got someone at work's leaving or, you know, friend's sick, a little bag as a gift of brownies, great. You'll be the best friend ever. While that melts, we're going to go to this wonderful mixing machine and we're going to add sugar, and we've got eggs, 12 eggs. They're 600 gram eggs, so the smaller ones. Oh, what are we doing? Turn that on. Let's make sure it's turned on at the power. Yes. Don't want to make a mess. Here we go. It's working. Ever so slowly. We'll just mix those a little bit slowly. Along with the eggs and the chocolate and butter, we've got some cocoa powder, some almond meal, and some wonderful Australian macadamia nuts, which are, quite honestly, I think the best nuts in the world whole. All those wonderful nuts I got from right next door. Got a really lovely snap to them, creamy. So we mix that up. Now we want to beat the eggs until they're lovely, light, fluffy and pale. So our eggs are nice and light and fluffy now. They're nice and pale. So now we take our bowl and we're going to fold through our eggs into our chocolate mixture. The next thing to go in is our cocoa powder and our almond meal. So the almond meal kind of holds it together. It replaces the flour. I'm looking at my brownie mix and looking at my tray and thinking, will it fit? If it doesn't, I'll just post a smaller recipe on the website so you can work off that. But essentially it's the same nuts and bolts. So just mixing all of that through, it's going to get really dark and rich. So the percentage of chocolate in this one, this is 55%. I would recommend using up to about 64. Beyond that, the chocolate just gets too strong, too bitter, you'll only be able to eat the smallest amount of brownie. So I think 55%, which is the cocoa solid percentage within the chocolate, is kind of the optimal for this kind of brownie. And it's a little cheaper than the 64%. So lovely, unctuous, dark, rich brownie mixture. Ooh. So I should touch on the fact that I've preheated the oven to 150 degrees. Will this fit into this tray? I've lined the tray. Basically, again, I just sprayed it with some cooking spray so the paper sticks to the tray. And here, we're going to endeavour to get all of this mixture into the tray. Easy. This is where I need a trusty assistant. Scrape it all in. Okay. Oh, just made it. Now what we do with the macadamias, we're just going to sprinkle those on top. Some of these will sink down, some will just stay on top and toast. If you give it a bit of a bang, they'll drop down. Okay, there we go. Set, but don't forget. These brownies smell absolutely amazing. So let me talk you through how I cook them. 150 degrees for about 45 minutes, and then I just check them to make sure when I touch them, it's a little bit wobbly, but a little bit firm, sort of in between. And then what I do is I just turn the oven off and let them cool down in the oven
for a period of time. It's still manageable. I can touch that tray. They're still a wee bit warm, so you can either eat them now, let them cool down further and cut them, but let's get straight into it and try some brownie. As a dessert, they're great. You can just serve them with a dollop of ice cream or some lovely creme fraiche is always nice. There we have our lovely gluten-free chocolate brownies with macadamia nuts. Here you go, Michael. As promised, some beautiful brownie, mate.
Much.
Hope you enjoy it.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.